Hey there, Wrexham supporter. Buckle up, because today's video is absolutely packed with firepower straight from the heart of the club. We've got 3 major updates that could shape not just the pre-season tour, but the entire trajectory of Wrexham's campaign in the Championship. From last-minute changes that affect the starting lineup, a new target that could become our next top scorer, and finally, a bombshell involving one of the most respected captains in English football. And guess what? Wrexham might be about to make a move that no one saw coming. Yes, the third and final story is massive. We're talking about a potential signing that could flip the midfield upside down, shock a rival, and show that Wrexham isn't here just to participate, we're here to compete. But before we dive into that game changer, there are 2 important updates that lay the groundwork for what's happening behind the scenes. You need to understand the full picture, the momentum, the market moves, and the pressure building up, because it all connects. So grab a seat, stay with us till the very end, and trust me, what's coming last might just be the biggest signal yet that Wrexham means serious business this season. News 1. Douglas Costa ruled out. Let's kick things off with some news that could completely change the landscape of our next pre-season match. Wrexham vs Sydney FC, this Tuesday, live from Australia. After smashing Melbourne victory 3-0, the mood in the squad is sky high. But everyone knew the Sydney FC clash was going to be a much tougher test. And there was one big reason for that: Douglas Costa. Yes, that Douglas Costa, the Brazilian star who's played for Bayern Munich, Juventus, and alongside Neymar in the national team. Even though he's in the twilight of his career, Costa still has incredible ability and can change a game in a flash. Pace, close control, experience, all that could have been a nightmare for Wrexham's defence. But here comes the twist, and it's a big one. Douglas Costa will not be playing against Wrexham. Sydney FC head coach Ufuk Talari confirmed to the media that Costa has remained in Brazil to deal with personal matters and won't return in time for the game. In the coach's words, "We've given him a bit more time. He needs to sort out some personal stuff back in Brazil. Once that's done, he'll rejoin the group." In other words, a huge sigh of relief for Phil Parkinson, who now doesn't have to worry about one of the most experienced and dangerous forwards on the pitch. It's like Wrexham dodged a real bullet there. But hold on, that doesn't mean it's going to be an easy ride. Sydney FC still have quality players, and the one to watch now is Joe Lolly, formerly of Nottingham Forest. Last season in the A-League, Lolly was directly involved in 16 goals in just 24 appearances, which shows he's still very sharp and could cause problems throughout the 90 minutes. So even without Douglas Costa, Wrexham will need to keep the same high tempo they showed against Melbourne victory. You can bet that Parkinson will take this match just as seriously, because the goal now is to stay in rhythm, build confidence, and fine-tune the squad ahead of the Championship opener. If Wrexham step onto that pitch thinking Costa's absence makes things easy, they could be in for a rude awakening. Stay alert, this one's not over yet. News 2. Wrexham eyeing Championship goalscorer. If you thought Wrexham's transfer window was a bit quiet, think again. The latest name making waves is Josh Windus, a 31-year-old striker with a real eye for goal, who found the net 13 times last season in the Championship. And that's not all. He also chipped in with assists, offered great movement up front and was a constant threat in the box. In other words, a nightmare for any defence. And now, he could be on his way to Wrexham. Things at Sheffield Wednesday, Windus' current club, are looking pretty unstable. With serious financial issues, the club risks losing him for free as he enters the final year of his contract, and still hasn't been offered a renewal. That's where Wrexham come into the picture. With owners Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney keen to strengthen the squad for the Championship, this could be the perfect chance to add firepower up front. But Wrexham aren't alone in the race. Rangers, in Scotland, a former club of Windus, are also trying to bring him back. However, one key factor might tip the scales. Wrexham's ambitious project and family-like atmosphere are attracting players looking for more than just money. They want to be part of something special. To add even more weight to this rumour, EFL pundit Don Goodman had this to say: "If Wrexham manage to sign Josh Windus, it'll be a major coup. He's exactly the kind of experienced and versatile player the club needs to stay strong in the Championship." And he's got a point. Windus brings proven quality, experience, and that striker's hunger for goals. And in a time of transition to the second tier, having a player like that could make a massive difference, especially in a league as demanding as the Championship. But wait, there's more. Wrexham aren't just eyeing Windus. A couple of other Sheffield Wednesday players are also on the club's radar, including Barry Bannon, a club legend in midfield whose contract is also winding down, and even Stuart Armstrong, who was recently released but could still return. And guess what? Wrexham are watching it all very closely. There's one more twist that could speed things up. Sheffield Wednesday is up for sale, and all the behind-the-scenes chaos is creating the perfect storm for Wrexham to move quickly and get deals done before other clubs catch on. The Red Dragons board is staying alert for every opportunity, and if the right moment comes, Phil Parkinson won't hesitate. In short, there's still plenty of excitement to come in this transfer window, and if Josh Windus does join, he might just be the signing that pushes Wrexham into serious promotion territory. News 3, the main one, Wrexham could swoop for Blackburn's captain. Right then, this is it, the biggest headline of the day. The kind of news that could completely change the course of Wrexham's season. Phil Parkinson has his eyes on 2 Blackburn Rovers players, and one of them is none other than the club captain, Lewis Travis. Yes, you heard that right. Wrexham might be about to make a bold move, aiming straight at the heart of a championship rival's midfield. And this possibility became even more real in the last few days, all thanks to a bombshell dropped by Blackburn's head coach, Valérien Ismaël. In a recent interview, Ismaël didn't hold back. He confirmed the club is ready to listen to offers for players entering the final year of their contracts. And guess who fits that description? Lewis Travis. According to the manager, Blackburn are determined not to repeat past mistakes, like with Tureich Dolan, who left without the club getting anything in return. Now the message is clear: sell before it's too late. And if Blackburn haven't even offered Travis a contract extension yet, the door might be wide open for Wrexham to step in with an offer he can't refuse. But wait, there's more. Another key Blackburn player is also on Parkinson's radar. Callum Britton, an experienced championship right-back who's already expressed his desire to move on and even missed a recent pre-season match. That means Wrexham could be lining up a double deal, bringing in 2 battle-ready players who could take on big roles right away. And why is this such a big deal? Because Wrexham's midfield still needs a strong addition. Negotiations for Tommy Doyle broke down. He joined Birmingham City. Tom Cairney decided to stay at Fulham, even after a big offer. And the talks for Lewis O'Brien have hit a wall because of his wages at Nottingham Forest. So now, Lewis Travis has become the top target. And we're talking about a player with experience, leadership, intensity, and someone who knows the championship inside and out. A no-nonsense midfielder who leads from the centre of the pitch and, in a Wrexham shirt, could be the perfect link between defence and attack. And just think about it, what would it mean to take the captain from a direct rival? It'd be a bold move. A show of strength. A statement to the rest of the league. Wrexham are here to fight at the top. Even with the squad away in Australia, Phil Parkinson is working with agents and keeping a close eye on the market. He knows time is ticking, and that the championship opener against Southampton is just around the corner. And if the opportunity comes to sign Travis and Britton together, he'll make his move. That's why this is today's main story. Because Lewis Travis could be the engine this midfield has been missing, the right player, at the right time, with the door wide open. Now we want to hear from you, Wrexham fans. Do you think it's a smart move to go after Lewis Travis? And what about Callum Britton? Could he be part of the deal too? Let us know in the comments. Your voice is part of our story. And if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, share it with your fellow Wrexham supporters, and of course, don't forget to subscribe. This season is just getting started, and Wrexham are coming in strong. See you in the next video.